In this Blender tutorial for beginners, I will show you how I imported a Mixamo animation from Blender 2.91 into the Godot game engine. I will be making a separate video for non-Mixamo animations, which use different techniques. The link for the Mixamo armature renaming script is in the description. The link to Mixamo is in the description. You will need a free Adobe ID to use the site. For this tutorial, I'm going to be using the ninja character. I downloaded the Fistfight A animation using the FBX 30 FPS with skin option. On Blender, I delete everything out of the scene since I won't be needing those objects. And I import the fight animation, which is an FBX file. In the outliner, I rename the armature to fight. I also twirl open the fight group and the animation group and rename the armature fight. I select the armature and open the properties panel with the N key. I clear all the transformations using Ctrl A. Now this will make sure that the scale has been changed to 1. The character will seem to disappear, but he's actually hiding under the grid. Under the Object Data Properties tab, under Viewport Display, I check In Front so we can easily see the armature. Then select the bones and use Control Tab to go into pose mode. And then I select the hip bone. I change the dope sheet to a graph editor. In the search box, I search for hips. And I can hide everything except for the location keys. I also changed the pivot point to the 2D cursor. I open the Properties menu, and under the View tab, I make sure that the X and Y are both set to 0. I select all of my keyframes, and then I scale them along the Y-axis by 0.01, which was the original size that the character came in as. Now the character is back to the origin point. Under the scripting workspace, I make a new script, just call it Mixamo. I then paste the Mixamo armor script. Now if I open the vertex groups, you'll see that each bone has a prefix of Mixamo, which is not something that Godot can read. This script, once ran, will fix the naming convention of the bones. After I press Run Script, all the bones are now renamed. I then change the graph editor to the NLA editor, and I click on the icon to the right of the animation name to push down the action. I then play the action to make sure everything is working properly. Now it's time to export the animation. I select the fight animation in the outliner and make sure I have everything selected. I will choose GLTF as my export file type. And I make sure that I have limited to selected objects checked. Now I open the project I've already made for Godot. and I double click on the export and make a new inherited scene. I select the animation player and make sure the animation imported correctly. I'll now write the script to allow me to use keyboard input to call the animation. I'll first save the fight scene as fight.tscn. Back on the fight scene, I select the root node and create a new script. I'll first write a function, an underscore input event. After event, it's colon, and then input event, a dash greater than void. Then enter to the next line. If input dot is action pressed, then I want to search for UI home. Colon, enter key. Then what I need to do is look for the animation player, dollar, animation player, dot, play, and I want to use the fight animation. I go ahead and save the script. Go back to my fight scene, save the scene. I create a new scene and choose 3D scene. And I save the scene as a .tscn file. I then add a link, which is going to be the fight scene. And I add a camera 3D. And I move the camera so I can actually see the character. I then choose the root node and press F6 to play the scene. And when I hit my home button, I can play the animation. If you found this useful, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.